Lesson 2-2. In this lesson, we're going to practice reading and writing decimals in different forms. The most common or typical way we're used to seeing decimals in real life is in standard form. For example, if you're driving past a gas station and wanting to check the price of a gallon of gas, you'll see that expressed in standard form. If you can read a decimal and say its name, well, you have the ability to write it in word form. And so that's the next form we're going to discuss. If we look at this practice problem here, 49 and 6300ths. So the way that you read this from left to right is first read the name of the whole number that's sitting to the left of the decimal point altogether, 49. When you get to the decimal point, instead of saying point, like in plain talk, somebody might say this is 49.63, but that's not using proper mathematical vocabulary. The way we read it as mathematicians is 49 and 6300ths. So notice what I did there. I read the name of the whole number to the left of the decimal first, 49. When I got to the decimal point, I used the word and then I read the name of the number to the right of the decimal point altogether, 63, followed by the name of that rightmost place value, which in this case is the hundredths place value. And so if I can say the name of this decimal as it appears here in standard form, which is digits in a period, 49 and 63 hundredths, well, then that's exactly what my word form is, 49 and 63 hundredths. Now, there's another form called expanded form, which is really about understanding the place value part of this. In other words, if you were to zoom in on the 4, you know that the 4 occupies the tens place value. Therefore, the value of a 4, the value of the 4 in the tens place value is 40. The value of the 9 in the ones place value is plain old 9. The value of the 6 in the tenths value is 6/10. The value of the 3 in the hundredths value is 3/100. And so really what you're doing is you're taking each of these digits and zooming in on them, thinking about the place value that they occupy, and writing them out on their own as if this was a big addition expression. 49 and 63 hundredths is equal to 40 plus 9 plus 6/10 plus 3/100. Now, another way of showing expanded form in terms of the powers of 10 is to say, well, this digit is a 4, but it's sitting in the tens place value. So it's like saying it represents 4 tens. 4 tens could be shown as 4 times 10. Plus, this 9 is sitting in the ones place value. So I could break that out or zoom in on it and show it as 9 ones, 9 times 1. 6 is in the tenths place value, 6/10 or 6 times 1/10. 3 is in the hundredths place value, 3/100 or 3 times 100th. Let's do one together. Number 2, 4 and 213 thousandths. Let me read that again. 4 and 213 thousandths. Let's first write it in standard form. Where we see the word and, that's going to be where we put the decimal point. From left to right, 4 and 213 thousandths. I'm first going to write out these digits, 213, and then I'm going to check, is that 3, which is the rightmost digit, is that in the thousandths place? It is, so this checks out. 4 and 213 thousandths. Now expanded form. Zoom in on the 4. That's in the ones place, so that's equal to, that has a value of plain old 4. Plus, zoom in on the 2. That's in the tenths place, so that has a value of 2/10. Zoom in on the 1. That's in the hundredths place. That has a value of 1/100. Zoom in on the 3. That's in the thousandths place. It has a value of 3 thousandths. Now, similar concept. just a different way of showing expanded form with the powers of 10. The 4 is in the ones place, so that's like saying it represents 4 ones. The 2 is in the tens place, so that's 2 1/10ths. The 1 is in the hundreds place, that's like saying 1 100th. And the 3 is in the thousands place, that's like saying 3 1,000ths. Number 3, here we are given a number that at first looks like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, but look back at the previous two examples. Example 1, we were given the number in traditional or standard form. Example 2, we were given a number in word form. And now in example 3, we're being given a number that appears to be in this type of expanded form, where we're looking at these powers of 10. So let's try to translate this and make it make sense to us in standard form. So 5 hundreds is 500. So if I'm thinking about the game of Hangman, I've got 1, 2, 3 place values, then a decimal point, and then 1, 2, 3 place values. So I'm actually going to just put those place values like this. 5 100s, I'm dropping the 5 right in the hundreds place value. 8 tens, I'm dropping the 8 right in the tens place value. 1 1, okay. So my whole number part is 581. Good. Now my part of a whole, as I'm going from left to right here, 7 1/10ths. 7's in the tens place. 9 hundredths. 9's in the hundreds place. 2 thousandths. 2's in the thousands place. And there you have it. 581 and 792 thousandths. And to be honest, since I'm reading it and thinking about it, I might as well just go right to word form and write it out. 581 and 792 thousandths. Back to the response here in the middle, expanded form. Again, this is zooming in on the value of each of these digits. The 5 represents 500. What does the 8 represent? Well, it's in the tens place value. What's 8 tens? 80. The 1 is in the ones place value, plain old 1. The 7 in the tens value, in the tens place, 7 tenths. The 9 in the hundreds place, 9 hundredths. The 2 in the thousands place, 2 thousandths. This number has been given to us in expanded form. We have the 10 and the 6, which are the whole number part, and then 7 tenths, 7 hundredths, 9 thousandths, which are the parts of a whole. So if I look at this from left to right, I have on the whole number part of this 10 and 6, or 16, and then the parts of a whole, I have 7 in the tens place, 7 in the hundreds place, and 9 in the thousands place value. Now what about expanded form? Okay, well, powers of 10, we can do this. We got this. If I look at this in standard form, the 1 sitting in the tens place value, that's like 1 times 10. The 6 sitting in the ones place, that's just 6 times good old 1. The 7 sitting in the tens place, 7 times 1/10. The next 7 sitting in the hundredths place, and the 9 sitting in the thousandths place. In word form, 16 and 779 thousandths. Don't be saying 16.779. Not after this lesson. 16 and 779 thousandths.